No, and yeah, yes. No, that's okay. The hardest one to do? Gosh, that is a tough one. You know, a really tough one was the one in the last episode where I had to go and see my my adoptive mom who gave me up in the last scene of the second season. I don't know who's seen what seasons, but that was a tough one. I don't know why it was tough, but it was because I didn't want to be too like, oh, I don't like you, I'm mad at you. I didn't want to play the obvious thing, but at the same time, it was a little bit written that you know, that I was angry at them, and I was angry at them, but I didn't. My character didn't want to be angry. He just wanted to get information about how to find my biological parents. So that was a tough one. That was definitely a tough one. One of the toughest things, honestly, is a technical thing, but is wearing short sleeves and being naked when it's cold, and then having to pretend that you're not cold. I mean, that's always really hard. Like, seriously, because you're like, oh my god, like, I'm really cold. And then they say action, you have to be like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? I'm chilling out in Louisiana and it's hot. Oh, really, it's hot. Oh my god. So that's really hard. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. That's a good. The question was, do you think we've seen the last of Marianne? I don't. I know she's bad, right? Really bad. You know what? I don't know, because she's a weird energy, and she died. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Alan brought her back in some weird way, like her energy through somebody else or something like that. But I think for now we have. But I wouldn't count her out completely, because she's like the devil. Oh yeah, I crushed her heart. Yes.
Hi. Is it difficult for you to get into character? And do you have a favorite line?
Oh, do I have a favorite line? Is it difficult to do the character? The character is, I mean, it's not too difficult. It's a little bit, it's not as easy as just, because I have to do a southern accent, and I'm actually from the South, so that comes back fairly easily. But whenever you're doing, you know, putting on an accent or a limp or whatever kind of thing, then that adds a little bit of, you know, it's an extra thing to do. But you know, I'm not that far away from the character. I mean, I kind of am. You know, I'm not quite as much of a loner as he is, but I'm kind of a private person, and I did move around a lot when I was a kid. I wasn't abandoned by my, you know, adopted parents, you know. But it's not too terribly much of a stretch, you know. But yes. Okay.
When you're not
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go. I didn't see it. Sorry.
When you're not filming and you have downtime, what type of hobbies do you have, or what do you like to do?
Well, as this one woman mentioned, I like to surf. And I sort of took that up when I moved to the West Coast. My brother lives in St. Augustine. He surfs on the East Coast. And he always said, you know, you're an idiot if you don't surf in California, because there's like great waves there, and he was always jealous. So I started doing that, and that's a weird hobby because you get up like really early in the morning, and the water's always really cold, and you're always like, why am I doing this? And then it's really fun once you start doing it. You know what? I'm reading a book right now that's pretty good called The Shadow of the Wind. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's this Spanish writer, and it's kind of a mystery thriller. It's really well written. But you know what? One of my favorite books, this is kind of random, I don't know why this came into my head, is Beloved by Toni Morrison. Anybody read that? Yeah, it's like, it's really, I don't know, because I'm from the South, and it's like really well written, and it's so heavy, it's so intense, you know, so it's really, and I like I'm going to sound so pretentious now. I like Dostoevsky a lot, but I haven't like, you know, it takes a little bit of work to read him, so I haven't read him in a while. Yeah. Yes?
Who is your favorite person to work with?
Wow. Well, one of my favorite people, for sure, is Chris Bauer, who plays Andy Belfield. You guys like him? Yeah, he's good. But I knew him because I used to live in New York, so I knew him in New York from, New York. Yeah. So I kind of knew him before, and actually we go surfing together. So I just laugh. Like whenever I work with him, I just try not to laugh because of his character. Like what he does with his character is so funny. Like there were a couple scenes. There was a scene in the first season where I'm telling him I'm a naturist. Remember that? And I swear, like we would do that scene, and I'd walk up to the table and say, "Well, you know, Andy, I'm a naturist." We do, and he'd just look at me, just like we like literally just try not to laugh. And they'd say cut, and we would totally laugh. And then this season when we were in the refrigerator, and he's telling me about his nanny and Annie. You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Like, so trying not to laugh. So I love working with him. He's a lot of fun. Okay.
First of all, I just want to say thanks for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. It's great to be here.
Did you have any second chances, second thoughts of playing the role of Sam?
Oh, did I ever have any second thoughts? Like, oh, was this a bad choice or something?
Yeah.
No. No way.
Naked scenes, and you didn't have any problem with that?
No, not so much. I kind of knew. You know, whenever you work for HBO, you have to like, they're like, if you're going to work for us, you're going to have to sign a thing that says you'll show your butt, you know. And I was like, yeah, of course, fine, you know. That was totally fine. So not really. I mean, it is like it is kind of tough doing the naked. Kind of. It's not too bad. It's just when it's cold. But no, it was always psyched. When I got the script and it said Alan Ball on HBO, I was like, I want to do that. I haven't even read it. I want to do it because Alan Ball is such a good writer, and HBO is the best place to work. So I've been pretty psyched about it. Yeah. Yes.
I know that Charlene has already decided who Suki will end up with in the end. What are your feelings on that? Because I would love to see Suki and Sam get together.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So wait, are you saying that Charlene's already decided that in the books? Well,
She said that she's already decided. She hasn't written it yet.
oh, she hasn't written it yet. Okay. Well, I think that would be good because I'm not a vampire. I'm alive. I mean, I turn into dogs, but I'm alive. You know, so that's good. You know, like a live man, right? I mean, vampires are sexy. I guess they bite and everything. I can bite. Just because you're a vampire does not mean you can't bite. All right?
I can bite you.
You should know that. You should know that. Dogs bite. Exactly. So I think it would be good. I think that I'm good for her. I think that'd probably be good. Team Sam! Oh my gosh! I've never seen that. I got one number.
We got two.
Numbers. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Small steps.
Are you videoing?
Do you prefer season 1 to season 2, or are you just getting to know Sam in the
I kind of liked season 2 because I mean I love season 1, but season 1 felt a lot to me like, you know, me pining after Suki and saying, "Don't go to the vampire state, don't do this, don't do that, don't," like Mr. Rules guy, like, oh, that's bad, that's bad. And then season 2 I kind of stood up to her and a little bit, and you know, I felt like I was a little bit more of a man, you know, it's like, you know, I kind of, yeah. And then I got to squeeze the heart, you know, so I kind of like season 2 a little bit more in that sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait.
How are you?